we have a soccer prediction market. And if you are not in the industry, prediction markets are very hot right now. And they probably will remain that way for quite a while because it is, an entertainment thing that people can, select different markets that are interesting to them. And the more variety in markets, I think the more we'll get people adopting this technology to, play with these applications on chain.
Hello to my friends of blockchain. I'm Yatharth, and today I want to talk about Kicker, which is a decentralized soccer prediction market that I made in the Builders program. I actually wrote this name because I want people to feel the kick of adrenaline when they test out my platform. The first question, why Kicker? Why do we need this platform, right? Like Jeff already mentioned, prediction markets are hot right now. Apart from that, one of the major reasons is that there is no soccer-focused prediction market on Solana right now. We do have prediction markets like Polymarket and all, but they are all focused for every event that is happening. This creates a lot of barriers for people that are coming from the Web2 world because they do not know what Web3 systems are, right? How do decentralized applications work? Over this is the complexity of these platforms because they offer prediction for everything, right? So that is why I thought of making Kicker. And the second major reason is that the current centralized solutions that are present are not very trustful. There have been instances where people have placed a bet, they won it, but their reward points were not credited to their account. There's actually a whole Quora post about it that you guys can read. Coming on to the high-level architecture. So while building this, I spent a lot of time on the architecture of the platform, which basically helped me to code the application in under a day. So that was a very great advice from Jeff and Berg and all of the Turpines team. My architecture has been divided into three major parts. The very first part is the initialization phase, wherein the admin will set up a new match for the people to predict on, right? They'll set up all of the details of the match and given an initial liquidity. After they've done this, they can set the status of the match to live. And then we move on to the second phase, which is the betting phase that we all love. People can come, they can choose their sides, they can choose which team do they think will win, and they can basically, invest or buy shares of that team by depositing SOL from their wallets into a vault account. After that, a PDA will store the amount of shares that they'll get based on the amount that they've put into the vault. So this will continue. And during the match, let's say if a team scores, suddenly the Oracle will come into the picture. It will update the scores and the shares value, like the amount of shares that a person will get after that particular team scored will become less, hence making it more valuable. So this was the betting phase. And obviously after the match ends, we'll go into the rewards distribution phase. The PDA that I talked about earlier will store the amount of shares that each person has to their account, and they can come and easily claim their winning share from the pot. The platform takes a 5% free from the winning pot. So yeah, that was about the high level architecture. Now I did make a lot of diagrams, but these are the three most important ones. The very first one is how the admin will sort of come and initialize a new game. They'll have to set an initial liquidity for the virtual pools for the shares, and then basically create a PDA which has all of this information. The second diagram talks about the betting phase, wherein a player can come and deposit their funds. I know the image is not pretty clear, but it just summarizes what I just told you in the previous slide. And the very last image is the architecture diagram of the payout that people can claim. Now, one of the things that I got to think about while working on this project was that what if one team is winning, right? And we are on the 60th minute of the match, And I already know, I have a gut feeling that this team is going to win. And it is pretty obvious because the other team is not playing well, right? So I will obviously buy shares, put in a lot of soul into buying the shares of that winning team. And this way I can cheat the system and win every time, right? Um, that is what I thought. I discussed with a lot of my friends over on Discord, and I actually got the solution that if I used an AMM based marketplace for the virtual shares, this problem can be overcome. And I actually wrote a test which I want to show you guys to show you how this will actually work. So basically, as the time passes by, the team that is winning, their shares will become more and more valuable, because of which the person that entered nearer to the time when the match was going to end, and they invested their money in the winning team, they will basically have a loss. And the person that invested like during the start of the match, they will get a lot of shares from the pot. So as we can see, someone bets on Barcelona initially. This is before Barcelona scores, and they get 9 shares supporting their team. Let's say then the team scores and the score becomes 1-0, and the person looks at this and says like, oh, okay, Barcelona is winning, I should probably support it. When they buy the shares, they'll only receive 2.39 shares from the winning pot. So out of the 11 parts of the total shares, winning shares, the first person that invested initially will get 9 out of 11 parts of the winning pot, whereas the second player who invested near to the end of the game will only get 2 out of 11 parts. So yeah, and this ended up in an ROI of negative 40%. And for the very first person, this was around 12%. So that is one problem that I overcame while building this. And yeah, thank you. That was my presentation. You can check out the project on GitHub. Yeah, thank you.